Anytime. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were up here for a freaking reason, so I thought he was going to say something.
Fooled you.
Fooled me. Weird game, to say the least. Down 14-0. Wasn't real pleased with those guys. And after that, those 5 guys that came in off the bench, 7th, Andrew, B-Rob, Garrison, and Sterling, really did a great job. Did I leave somebody out?
He would say it'd be a weird game when I have 25 and 11. That is amazing.
That is. It was a weird game. But those 5 guys got in, and the best play was 7th, taking the ball to the basket, because the first group in there acted like we're going to be shot and killed and done all kinds of things. We missed shots, so we were tight and missing everything, missing layups. And defensively, I thought, even Theo's 5, I thought they were doing okay defensively. And I just wanted to shake them a little bit and put those 5 guys in. They got it to 14-5 and sort of calmed the game down a little bit. At the timeout, I told them, and I really meant it, that let's give these first 5 guys a chance. And if they don't turn around and start playing better, then I'll put you back in and let them sit the rest of the half. And I really meant that. But I think that was huge for us, getting us back in the game. And then all of a sudden, it was like it may have been like 16-16. Because it's something close to that. I very seldom look at the score, but I did a couple of times in the first half today. But after that point, I thought Theo was sensational. 25 points, 11 rebounds. Really controlled the whole tempo of the game on the offensive end. I've said many times he's a playmaker, and in some ways maybe as good a playmaker as I've ever coached in 30 years as a head coach. Everybody wants to talk about the dunk, but I like the way he sort of read the defense. Not just, there's a lot of guys on the street corner that can dunk, but to read the defense and see what they gave him there, I thought was sensational. I'm really surprised. I thought he had more than 3 assists. Maybe one of his most important ones was to Joel Berry in the corner right in front of our bench. Didn't you give him that one? Mm-hmm. And sort of just perked the whole team up for Joel to make a shot. We rebounded the ball better in the second half. They beat us second chance points in Chapel Hill. They beat us in points off turnovers in Chapel Hill. We didn't guard them at all. They dominated the game in Chapel Hill, even though it was one on the last second shot. They dominated the game. So for us, there was a little more revenge, and I even used the word redeem. I never used it last year until we got to Phoenix. I hadn't even heard it, but I said, let's redeem ourselves by how we play defense tonight. But like I say, a weird game, and Jaquan just kept playing. I think he likes to play against the Carolina Blue. He played awfully well tonight, and Lawrence made those 2 threes in a row that were big. But really happy for our team. Luke made 13 rebounds, so he did something, even though he was 1 for 15. I believe in being straightforward with people, so I told him if he had gotten 1 more rebound, he could say he rebounded all his misses. But 1 for 15 and still win and do some good things, I think that's fantastic.
Second row, first question.
Friedlander, North State Journal. Theo, what goes through your head, and what do you say to each other when you guys miss the first 13 shots you take, and 7 minutes into the game you look up at the scoreboard and you're down 2 touchdowns?
I think at that point, we've been here before, even with the same team. I mean, we were just in the same situation last week, and we knew that we was going to make a run. There were shots that they could make, but I think we were rushing them. We were a little antsy about the game, and they just didn't fall for us. I'm just really proud of the guys that came off the bench. Like Coach mentioned, I told them in the locker room, even after the game when they interviewed me, I told them those 5 really won the game for us. I mean, they settled us down. They got us playing to the way we needed to play. 7 set the tone by getting to the basket, and that was a huge play for us to see that we just shot all threes. We need to get to the cup and see what can happen.
Middle of the rim.
Tom Marion with AP Radio. Theo, what does it mean to you to be able to play Duke again here in the semifinals of the ACC Tournament in Brooklyn?
We did it last year. It's the next game. We just take it one game at a time. I think that's the way I tried to tell the team that we need to approach this. Like me and Coach mentioned to the team yesterday, we can't win the championship unless you win game 1. You can't win the championship unless you win game 2. So game 3 is against Duke, and we're excited. And they're excited also, I'm sure, and we're going to try to do everything we can to win the game.
Your right.
Theo, Len Robbins, New York Post. I need a much better answer than that last one. Duke, Carolina. What does it mean?
What's wrong with telling the truth?
Yeah, I don't know what was allowed.
Now, don't give us, we don't, you say you don't like our answer. We don't like your question worth a damn.
Well, I was being facetious with him. There's
Oh,
no
okay,
need
I got
to-
you. I apologize.
That's okay.
All right, go ahead.
Nah, I mean, I know about the rivalry. I've been here 4 years. It's a big time game. I mean, everybody and their mama gonna be watching the game tomorrow. Everybody knows that. And I'm gonna be ready. My teammates gonna be ready. We understand we lost the last game, so that's gonna get us even more hyped up about it. But at the same time, you can't be bigger than the game. You got to be settled down and just play.
Last year we lost this game that's going to be played tomorrow. I think we kept playing.
Yep.
I think my memory's not as good as it used to be, but I think we kept playing.
Second row.
I don't know how to follow that, Coach. Greg
I
Barnes.
apologize. I don't even know this gentleman over here, but I did take that wrong. Okay, but I apologize. After a game, I got to apologize to everybody.
Greg Barnes in South Carolina. Theo, career high tonight. You've been scoring more the last couple of weeks, but you've also been shooting more. Has that been a mindset change for you?
Not really. Just taking what defense give me. I have the ball in my hands a lot, so I have the choice of shooting the ball or passing to my teammates. Of course, I would like to get my teammates. So I love getting my teammates going. I mean, I have joy in doing that, but at the same time, if they're not going to play me, I got to be aggressive. That gets my teammates going. If I'm scoring, I'm a threat, so that means they have to guard me too, and that just gets those guys even more open shots.
The first three he took tonight, I was really happy he took it. The second one, he almost had to because that when the shot clock was winding
shot
down.
clock.
And I'll answer this for him. He's had some walk-around games, on the defensive end of the floor, and I think he's gotten more focused defensively in the last 10 games, and I think that's made him more active offensively too. But we've tried to put the ball in his hands more consciously. I mean, I think it's been good for him, and I like 9 for 12, but I like 2 for 2 for 2 also. But I really like the first one. The second one, somebody's got to take a shot because the clock's running down. But not just scoring. I mean, guys, 11 rebounds. He doesn't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger up here. I mean, but 11 rebounds. And I think the way he plays, it's just been sensational. I am moving him this week from honorable mention to high honorable mention.
Reminder, both locker rooms are open right now. Next question to our left.
Alan Fields from the three-point conversions. For you, Coach, how two of your more important players, Joel and Luke, go 5 for 29, yet you guys still can pull away with a victory like this. What does this say about your group?
Well, we've always felt like we're not just one guy, not just two guys. I mean, we lost Marcus Page and Bryce Johnson a couple of years ago. It's impossible to be more important to the team than they did, and we win a national championship the next year because Theo and Joel and those guys, Justin, we tried to make sure that they felt important their junior year when we lost in Houston. But I think the way we've always tried to coach is have kids who will buy into being part of a family, buy in being a part of a team, and know that when one guy's down, somebody's got to pick them up. And I think we've had that happen. And I will agree with you. That may have been about as heavy lifting as we've ever done, 4 for 29. But again, you just think about those guys that came off the bench. You think about Theo. You think about Cam. Okay, 13.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 0 turnovers. We had Theo diving on the floor for a loose ball that got us possession. We had Kenny getting on the floor for a loose ball and a missed free throw that got us another possession. So it is, those two guys have gotten most of the accolades, but it is a team out there, and I'm happy about that.
To our left.
Coach David Glenn from the David Glenn Show on ACCSports.com. You do the 5 for 5 substitution as much as any coach we've ever seen. Can you remind us that even in a one-and-done tournament setting, even down 12, against a quality opponent, throwing 5 freshmen and sophomores in there, just remind us why you choose that route more than anybody else. And Theo, if you could answer, you and Marvin Bagley both had double-doubles today. You end up dealing with him when you all go head-to-head. How long is the list of things you and Marvin Bagley have in common?
He's left-handed. I'm right-handed. He's 6'11", I'm 6'6", 6'7".
He said
on a
in
good day.
common, not different. Or are you trying to get to the
Yeah,
common
I
state?
don't see anything common right now. Except we just both have a double-double. I mean, he's a great player. We're both competitors. We're both going to go at it. He knows it's not going to be easy. I know it's not going to be easy. So we're just going to do all we can to. He's a team guy more than people think. I mean, you could just tell the way he plays. He cares about winning more than just like everybody else in that team. And I'm the same way. I think that's what was good about both of us. That's common.
You know, substituting 5 for 5, I've done it several times. And one year my high school coach told me after the game, he said, I could never do that. But generally, I mean, what was I supposed to do? Take out Theo, leave the other 4 in, or take out Joel? I was mad at everybody. I was less mad at Theo because I don't think you'd taken a shot, had you, during that stretch. But the other guys, they practice every day, and they really enjoy it when they beat the white team. And they talk trash to them and stuff like that, but it is competition every day. And, you know, I can sit over there and say, well, they'll work their way out of it, but I like to see if I can jar them a little bit more and, you know, slap them in the face a little bit more with the action, not personally, but sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. But I do have a great deal of confidence that the game's not going to be lost in the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game.
Back of the room.
Roy, Pete Thamel from Yahoo Sports. I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about the varying recruiting philosophies that you and Duke have had the past couple of years. You obviously have made it to 2 Monday nights. I think your highest draft pick in the last 2 years has been the 15th, which is obviously good. But there are guys who've been in your program, guys like Theo, who've developed, whereas Mike has obviously gone more towards the one-and-done model. I'm just wondering if you can reflect on that philosophically for me, please.
You know, there is a difference, but it's a smaller difference, Pete, than most people think. I mean, I'd like some of those guys. I really would. And I tried, you know, we tried to recruit Wendell. It's something I thought he was really good. I tried to recruit Jason Tatum. I tried to recruit Harry Giles. I tried to recruit Luke Kennard. It's just that we haven't been able to get them. But probably the little difference is if I had 1 or 2, I wouldn't want 3 or 4 more. I'd love to have Brandon Wright and Marvin Williams and Tony Bradley. Okay, they were one and done for us. What people don't realize, we've had just as many guys leave early for the NBA as Duke has, and maybe 1 more since I've been back. It's just they haven't been one and done. So there's only been 3 freshmen. But I'd love to have 1 or 2 of those guys, but I like some other guys that I get to enjoy. And get to know even better, and they're not there only 8 or 9 months or something like that. And that's a smaller philosophy difference. I told Calipari the same thing. I tried to recruit those guys. We tried to recruit P.J. Washington and Kevin Knox that he's doing, or that he has. But I would struggle. I'm old-fashioned. I'm old school. I'm not of these guys' generation. I just told them that in the locker room in there. But I like to have some guys that I can stay and have special relationship with for a long time. But everybody likes talent, and I do too, and I think I've got one of the talented guys beside me that has meant a great deal to our program, and in a corny way, but a very truthful way. He's really meant a lot to Roy Williams, and I really like that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.